I'm Josh Kelly, welterweight, currently 6-0, fighting for the Commonwealth title. Follow Sport Icons.
So, with the result of Vasyl Lomachenko defeating Jorge Linares, I honestly thought a lot of people who don't usually give him credit would be giving him credit. Now, I'm not talking about anybody in my comment section from my post-fight review or any channels within the A-side boxing community. I'm talking about some other people who clearly have a very, very disgusting agenda against Vasyl Lomachenko. I don't understand. Now, okay, so is he the greatest fighter of all time? Hell no, he's not. Could he be? Maybe. Maybe. It's too early. He literally just had 12 fights. And some of the things I'm hearing is, well, he's got a loss on his record, so therefore he's trash. Okay, that was only his second fight, and against Orlando Salido, where he lost on points over a 12-rounder, when really you could probably argue he shouldn't have been in that damn fight, right? Really, he shouldn't have been, and Salido came in way overweight on that one. But regardless, he did lose, okay? Listen, everybody loses, all right? Especially when you step up. You see, a lot of the people who criticize Lomachenko right now support people who have done sod all their entire damn career. And yeah, we're talking about Wilder and people like that. They've done nothing. But yet these people get praised, and yet somebody with only 12 fights becomes a 3-weight world champion is thrown scalded water over every opportunity that they get. He's only got 12 fights. Now, don't get me wrong. If he's doing now, on his 30th fight, okay, maybe. I'll probably say, yeah, you know what? It took him a hell of a long time. He's had one hell of a career of cherry picking, no doubt. Okay, but to do this in 12 fights, that's something special. It really is. Now, of course, a lot of these people are Terence Crawford fans, and they're frightened to death that most of the boxing world will consider Vasyl Lomachenko pound for pound better than Terence Crawford. As I said, I don't really do pound for pound. I've done it once purely for you guys, just so you guys can kind of know where my thinking was. But a win over Jorge Linares, people are saying that Jorge Linares is trash, and always was. You've got to be kidding me. Listen, okay, I like both Lomachenko and Linares. So for whoever won this fight, I wasn't emotionally invested, okay? I was going to be happy for either one, as long as it wasn't controversial or anything like that. But Linares, he went into this fight with 44 wins and 3 losses. And his last loss, it was by knockout, was way back in 2012. So you're talking 6 years ago, okay? And he's beaten some decent opposition. He really has. Luke Campbell is a phenomenal fighter. He really is. But people who don't really watch these kind of others, if you like, won't know that. Anthony Crolla is a very good fighter. Is he elite? It's arguable. Okay? But he came to Britain and defeated Crolla twice. First time, it was a pretty close fight, I suppose, but at the same time, Linares did win quite convincingly. Second time was an absolute whitewash. Okay? And Luke Campbell, again, yeah, okay, so you could argue that Luke Campbell won that fight. He did get dropped early on in the fight in round number 2, but still, it's a case of he's still a very, very good quality fighter and a guy who I think is going to go on and do some amazing things. But Linares is a very, very good, elite, world-class fighter. A natural 135-pound fighter, yes. Vasyl Lomachenko, is he naturally 135? Some people are saying he is. I don't know. But Linares was clearly bigger than him, especially on fight night. Clearly much, much bigger than him. And as I said, a world-class fighter. Now, Lomachenko is currently a title holder for 2 weight divisions. He's the WBA lightweight champion and the WBO super featherweight champion. Ultimately, he needs to decide which ones he's going to do. But I believe he said he's going to stay at lightweight because his next fight is going to be on the 25th of August against an unnamed opponent. Now, people are saying that Vasyl Lomachenko needs to go beat Mikey Garcia to get credit. So what happens then? What happens if he beats Bojan? What happens if he beats Marco Garcia? What then? Oh, well, no, he needs to go fight Terence Crawford. All right, he fights Terence Crawford, beats him. Then what? Well, he needs to go fight Anthony Joshua. Do you know, it's never going to be good enough. It doesn't matter what he does. And it's disgusting. It really is. I mean, as I said, he's only 12 fights in. Now, I'm not going to give him this fight against Linares as a no mas. Personally, that's just my opinion. I'm not. But you could see throughout this fight that Linares just didn't know what to do. He really didn't. Lomachenko was clearly much better than what Linares thought he was going to be. From the outside, maybe Lomachenko, he doesn't look that effective. But inside that ring, clearly he does. Rigondeaux quit in 6 rounds. He quit. Mariaga quit in 7. Jason Sosa quit in 9 rounds. And of course, you've got Nicholas Walters again, which a lot of people were picking to beat Lomachenko. I did, to be fair, but he quit in 7 rounds. You know, in only his 3rd fight, he defeats Gary Russell Jr., an undefeated guy who most people thought that he was going to be the next big thing. He defeated him. So, I don't understand how people can say that Vasyl Lomachenko is no good. He doesn't get credit. I mean, it should be a natural thing. Even if you don't like the guy. I don't know why you don't like the guy. He seems like a pretty decent guy to me. His amateur career is phenomenal. And as a pro, he is phenomenal. Is he the best ever? No. As of right now, no. Could he be? Maybe. Don't know. But you see, these same people who are saying, well, he got dropped in round number 6 in this fight, which means he's no good. Oh, okay, but yet these same people support Deontay Wilder, right? Didn't Deontay Wilder get hit clean and dropped, put on his ass, lean up against the bottom rope against Harold Sconiers? The referee gave him a count to 8. This was in his 13th fight. Okay? Against somebody who is not a world-class fighter. Never was going to be. A long journeyman put him down. So if you're going to criticise Lomachenko for getting dropped, damn. Anthony Joshua, he got dropped against Vladimir Klitschko, against a world-class fighter. People get dropped. It's not that big a deal. He got up. Yes, he went into run mode. He went to survival mode for the rest of the round. Fair enough. But you know what? He showed heart in that one. He answered some questions. What happens if he gets hit clean? If he gets hit clean, okay, he probably goes down, to be fair. But he got back up again. Now, people say that Lomachenko is pillow-fisted. He's feather-fisted. Okay, well, if he's feather-fisted, then why is it out of his last 4 of his 5 opponents, as I said, I'm not going to include Linares, even though potentially, yeah, maybe he could have got back up, but it was a decent liver shot. So it's difficult to say just watching TV, isn't it? But I'm not going to give him that as a no mas. I know some people will, but I'm not. So if Lomachenko is pillow-fisted, why did Rigondeaux quit? Why did Mariaga quit? Why did Jason Sosa quit? Why did Nicholas Walters quit? Why did he knock out Roman Martinez? Why did he knock out Kosisha? You know, I mean, his debut against Jose Ramirez, who was currently, or at that time, 25 wins and only 3 losses. He knocked him out and become a WBO international featherweight champion on his debut. Now, I'm not saying that you have to put him as pound for pound number 1. I'm not saying that. But it does seem that a lot of people are just pure haters. I mean, I don't know what more this man has to do. People said after the Rigondeaux fight, or sorry, even before Rigondeaux fight, he's avoiding Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux can get him in there and he will school him. Really? Lomachenko schooled him. Oh, well, that's not good enough. What Lomachenko has to do is move up in weight and take on one of those world champions. Then we'll give him credit. Takes on Jorge Linares. A lot of people would have Jorge Linares beating even Marco Garcia. I'm not too sure about that one myself, but he defeats Jorge Linares. Yes, he gets dropped himself, but he also drops Jorge Linares as well, stops him, dominates him in a lot of this fight. But yeah, people are still saying, well, he needs to go fight Marco Garcia. He needs to go fight Beltran. He needs to go fight this person. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. But yet the people who you support don't have to do nothing. They get to 40 fights without doing a goddamn thing. But yet you don't say, well, Wilder needs to do this and Wilder needs to do that. And yeah, okay, I'm talking about other channels here, okay? As I said, they're not part of the A-side boxing community. They're part of the group that shall not be named. Why are you criticising this man? If you believe Terence Crawford is pound for pound #1, then fine. It's what you believe. But this thing's going to carry on. Lomachenko can go and defeat Mikey Garcia next. Beltran. Maybe bring Crawford back down to 140. Fight him then. Defeat Terence Crawford. Then people say, oh, well, Crawford, he was weight drained. So he still doesn't get that. Do you see the thinking behind these people? The pure hatred that they have of people who they don't support. Hatred. Disgusting. Now, I don't know, maybe because they feel that, maybe it's in part because in America, maybe they're overhyping Lomachenko. Maybe. When they should be hyping Terence Crawford. When they should be hyping an Errol Spence or whatever it may be. As in the homegrown American talent. Okay, I get that. I do. Because, yes, you should be supporting your own, right? But the networks over there get behind the foreign fighters. Triple G, Canelo, Lomachenko, so on. So I can understand that bit. But to hate the man is too far. And it's just my opinion. It's too far. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not emotionally invested in Vasyl Lomachenko. Not at all. For me, if he comes up against a Brit, I want the Brit to win, okay? But the chances are they're not gonna. They're really not gonna. Now, who wins between Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia? I don't know. I do not know. I really don't. But Lomachenko hasn't been avoiding anybody. As I said, he can go and fight Tank Davis next, beat Tank Davis, then beat Beltran, then beat Mikey Garcia, and people will still say, well, he hasn't defeated Terence Crawford yet. Because they're so desperate to keep Crawford as pound for pound #1. They're frightened of the majority of the boxing world believing that he's not. Why? It's an opinion. It doesn't really matter. They're different weight classes. So what? Lomachenko has to move up to 147. Then what? Defeat Errol Spence as well, yeah? And defeat Keith Thurman, yes? Right after he defeats Mikey Garcia. Tank Davis, Beltran. He's got to defeat Crawford. He's got to defeat Keith Thurman. He's got to defeat Errol Spence Jr. Move up. He's got to beat Jamel Charlo. No, it's still not good enough. No, he's got to go beat Jarrett Hurd now. Okay, he defeats Jarrett Hurd. Well, he's got to go in there with Triple G and Canelo. All right, he defeats them. Oh well, he's got to go defeat Kovalev. You know, this is the kind of thinking that they have. They're never going to give him credit. This is my point, is that I'm sick to death of these people, these channels out there. And I don't know how people can sit there and go, yeah, you're right. I don't understand. Yet again, they're exposing themselves as non-boxing fans. Listen, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but there has to come a point when you go, yeah, you know what? He deserves some credit. For me, I am nowhere near a Deontay Wilder fan, but I used to be. I was a fan for his a long, long time ago. And he disappointed me. If you notice, the people who I go in on are ones that I was previously a fan of, and they haven't been doing what, or as well as what I thought that they should be doing, as in the level of opposition. They haven't been stepping them up. Amir Khan has been doing that, but again, he was fighting outside of the UK. I felt like he was abandoning us, so I went in on him for that reason. David Haye, I felt that the Haymaker 2.0 was nothing but a publicity con. Hughie Fury, I felt like he shouldn't have pulled out of the original Joseph Parker fight. He shouldn't have not fought Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder when he was given the chance. So these are the reasons why I go in on certain fighters. It's not a personal thing, but with these channels, it's personal. I don't understand it. These people are bad for boxing. How can you not see it yet? Not only with all the crap that they do about Wilder and Joshua and Eddie Hearn with their racism, but now this with Lomachenko. They do it to Triple G and Canelo as well. It's disgusting. These people are not boxing fans. If you love boxing, you won't be watching them. You shouldn't be, really, unless you're just laughing at them. Absolutely, it's a damn shame. It really is. As I said, I'm no fanboy for Lomachenko. I'm not. But I appreciate talent when I see it. And I appreciate exactly what it is that he's done in only 12 fights. Really. Anyway, drop your thoughts below. Click that thumbs up, subscribe. And I'll catch you all on the very next video. Hopefully with a bit more enlightenment. Catch you later.